Burning rivers of lava from Hawaii's Kilauea volcano have devastated communities living on Big Island in recent weeks. But is the Hawaii volcano still erupting? Thousands of people have been displaced by the eruption, with many forced to stay in emergency shelters or temporary housing. Lava has swamped 9.6 miles of land, equivalent to 6,000 acres, since eruptions began on May 3rd, according to United States Geological Survey, USGS. Molten rock has destroyed 657 homes so far, but this figure is expected to rise as volatile fissures in the Lower East Rift Zone, LARZ, remain active. Toxic laze gas also continues to pose a threat as it rises in large plumes above the Pacific Ocean at the Kapolo coastline as lava hits the ocean. Is the Hawaii volcano still erupting? Kilauea summit continues to erupt with the latest explosion, equivalent to a 5.3 magnitude earthquake, rocking the summit. USGS said the explosion released an ash and steam plume 2,000 feet high. As explosions continue, the walls of Halemaumau crater continue to slump and collapse inwards. The pit's size measured around 1 kilometer by 1.3 kilometers wide, 0.6 by 0.8 miles, on June 15th, according to USGS estimates. On the same day, the floor of the crater was 370 meters, 1,210 feet, deep. Around 25 to 35 earthquake per hour, many around the 3.0 magnitude mark, were recorded prior to the explosion. USGS said the figure has risen to 40 earthquakes per hour in its most recent update. Despite the ongoing seismic activity, the scientific agency downsized its aviation color code warning from red to orange earlier this week. But the alert level remains at warning, meaning hazardous eruption is imminent, underway, or suspected. Hawaii Volcano Observatory reports Fissure 8 continues to violently spew lava into the air and is still flowing into the main Pacific Ocean-bound channel. How long has Kilauea been erupting for? Although Kilauea's most volatile period in decades began on May 3, 2018, the volcano had already been a near-constant eruption since 1983. Only 10% of the volcano's surface is older than 1,000 years, revealing why it is classed as the most active member of Hawaii's 5 volcanoes. The Shield volcano has erupted violently at different periods throughout its history, dating back some 300,000 to 600,000 years. Officials say they have no idea when current eruptions will end. USGS has stated on its summary web homepage of the volcano that for now, diffusive eruptions dominate Kilauea. Hawaiian Volcano Observatory reports that fissure 8 continues to be very active and is feeding a lava channel to the ocean at Kapoho. The flow is expanding south along the shoreline. Gas emissions from the fissure eruption and lays at the ocean entry continue to be very high. Currently, there is no immediate threat, but persons near the active flow should be prepared and heed warnings from civil defense. Due to frequent earthquakes, residents in the volcano area are advised to monitor utility connections of gas, electricity, and water after earthquakes. Disaster assistance is available island-wide to individuals and businesses in Hawaii County that have been affected by the Kilauea eruption. The Disaster Recovery Center is open daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and is located at the Keao High School gym. If you need a ride, buses run between the 2 shelters and the Disaster Recovery Center. The Disaster Recovery Center is staffed with representatives from FEMA, the U.S. Small Business Administration, and state and county agencies. We are on watch 24 hours a day for your safety. Thank you for listening. This is your Hawaii County Civil Defense.
Hawaii volcano update. Dramatic aerial footage shows expansion of massive Kilauea crater. Hawaii volcano Kilauea's crater Halemomor collapsed in on itself after a month of gradual decline, with U.S. Geological Survey sharing aerial video of the massive expansion of the crater. Last week, the U.S. Geological Survey USGS revealed Kilauea's Halemomor crater had lost around 250 million cubic meters of volume since the start of the Hawaii volcano eruption. Shocking aerial footage shared by USGS shows the ever-growing crater still fuming more than 7 weeks since Kilauea began spewing ash and molten hot lava across the Big Island. The video also shows the deepest point of the Halemomor crater nearly 400 meters away from the rim. The crater collapse is filled by Kilauea's underground magma chambers draining into Kilauea's lower east rift zone, where volcanic fissures breach to the surface. The latest USGS Kilauea update on June 27th said, magma continues to be supplied to the lower east rift zone. Seismicity remains relatively low in the area with numerous small magnitude earthquakes and low amplitude background tremor. Higher amplitude tremor is occasionally being reported on seismic stations close to the ocean entry. The USGS also revealed one of its GPS stations on Kilauea had dropped inside the crater after a month of gradual decline. The U.S. agency said the GPS instrument, called NPIT, first started moving downward in early May at the onset of subsidence at Kilauea Summit. However, on June 8, NPIT's motion picked up dramatically. This was when a portion of the caldera floor north of Halemomor, where NPIT was located, began to slump into the crater. Over the next 10 days, NPIT GPS recorded down dropping of 20-25 feet 6-8 meters with each summit explosion event, which have been occurring almost every day. How much new land has Kilauea created? Who owns it? Hawaii's Kilauea volcano is still threatening Big Island after more than a month of continuous eruption has seen swathes of land recovered in lava. Who owns the new land Kilauea has created? Hawaii's Kilauea volcano continues to spew lava and, as the eruption looks set to enter its 3rd month, there is no end in sight. Channels established from the volcano's summit are flowing into the ocean nearby, creating a hazardous lace gas which can irritate people's eyes, noses and lungs. The volcano has also been spotted creating gems in volcanic glass named Halley's hair. As lava flow covers significant portions of Kapoho Bay on the island, flows of viscous magma are creating new land. Kilauea's constant stream of lava has so far added 120 acres of new land to Hawaii's Big Island, and expansion is expected to continue. While the newest outcrop from Kapoho Bay cools, there remains the question of who the new land will belong to. The young volcanic land will either belong to the state or will become federal land. Land formed within the boundaries of the national park is destined to become federal land, while land formed outside of the park will become state land. How much of Big Island is now covered in lava? Kilauea has now spewed more than 25 million cubic meters of lava, enough to fill 100,000 Olympic swimming pools while filling a new one every 25 seconds. The lava now covers 61,000 acres of Big Island, which is still growing due to lava flow. Big Island is the largest of the Hawaiian Islands. At 2,577,920 acres, this means Kilauea's lava covers roughly 4.2% of the whole island. The outcrop of land created by the eruption currently juts out into the ocean by almost 1 mile. In comparison, the last eruption from Kilauea in 1960 added a further 2 square kilometers to the land. Where are the hazard zones on Big Island? Big Island authorities have placed most areas near the volcano under heavy warning, dishing out fines to people who attempt to bypass barriers or take photos. Each volcano on Big Island has its own hazard zone, which maps where threats such as lava and debris are likely to land. At the moment, Kilauea has a number of zones declared uninhabitable where farmland and homes have been lost. Kapoho area, including Kapoho beach lots, are all now covered in lava, and thousands of people have been displaced as a result. Hawaii volcano update today. Is the Hawaii volcano still erupting? Burning rivers of lava from Hawaii's Kilauea volcano have devastated communities living on Big Island in recent weeks, but is the Hawaii volcano still erupting? Thousands of people have been displaced by the eruption, with many forced to stay in emergency shelters or temporary housing. Lava has swamped 9.6 miles of land, equivalent to 6,000 acres, since eruptions began on May 3rd, according to United States Geological Survey USGS. Molten rock has destroyed 657 homes so far, but this figure is expected to rise as volatile fissures in the Lower East Rift Zone LERZ remain active. Toxic glaze gas also continues to pose a threat as it rises in large plumes above the Pacific Ocean and the Kapoho coastline as lava hits the ocean. Is the Hawaii volcano still erupting? Kilauea summit continues to erupt with the latest explosion, equivalent to a 5.3 magnitude earthquake, rocking the summit on Sunday at 4:12 p.m. local time, 3:12 a.m. British Summer Time Monday. USGS said the explosion released an ashen steam plume 2,000 feet high. As explosions continue, the walls of Halemomua crater continue to slump and collapse inwards. The pit size measured around 1 kilometer by 1.3 kilometers wide, 0.6 by 0.8 miles on June 15th, according to USGS estimates. On the same day, the floor of the crater was 370 meters, 1,210 feet deep. Around 25 to 35 earthquake per hours, many around the 3.0 magnitude mark, were recorded prior to the explosion. USGS said the figure has risen to 40 earthquakes per hour in its most recent update at 9:13 a.m. local time on Tuesday, August 13th p.m. BST. Despite the ongoing seismic activity, the scientific agency downsized its aviation color code warning from red to orange earlier this week, but the alert level remains at warning, meaning hazardous eruption is imminent, underway, or suspected. Hawaii Volcano Observatory reports Fissure 8 continues to violently spew lava into the air and is still flowing into the main Pacific Ocean-bound channel. How long has Kilauea been erupting for? Although Kilauea's most volatile period in decades began on May 3rd, 2018, the volcano had already been in near constant eruption since 1983. Only 10% of the volcano's surface is older than 1,000 years, revealing while it is classed as the most active member of Hawaii's 5 volcanoes. The Shield volcano has erupted violently at different periods throughout its history, dating back some 300,000 to 600,000 years. Officials say they have no idea when current eruptions will end. USGS has stated on its summary web homepage of the volcano that for now, effusive eruptions dominate Kilauea.